What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing you guys all of the teams that I used in order to beat BECKMAN COLISEUM. So, in no means will these teams be completely free to play, guys. Just keep that in mind. These are just the teams that I used in a playthrough of this dungeon. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get enough time to complete a guide video for you guys when it was actually announced. Didn't have a whole lot of time during that week. So, unfortunately, I'm unable to bring you guys a guide video. So, in this video, when I explain through the teams that I'm using, I will also try to sort of provide you guys with some sort of free-to-play team through commentary that I could sort of recommend to you guys in order to beat these 5 stages of BECKMAN's COLISEUM. So moving on to the first stage of BECKMAN COLISEUM is against Buggy the Clown. So this is actually a really difficult stage, and honestly it's probably the most difficult Colosseum stage out of any of the new batch thus far. I just think it's actually super annoying, and it took me like literally 5 goes. Even knowing what he does, it still took me like 5 goes with different teams to actually figure out a team that would work. Now, this specific team you're actually seeing actually does work with a regular Shanks, and then bringing the same subunits and bringing a friend Strongwood Shanks. That would work just as fine. Also, Mancherry is not really required. She just is sort of there to help me get rid of the blind effect that Buggy basically applies to my team. And in his first turn, you got to make sure that you try and take him out like as quick as possible or within the next couple of turns, because if you don't, you're going to be getting bomb orbs every turn, and because you're blinded, it's going to be really hard to hit perfects and survive having enough HP. But after you actually kill him, he locks your entire right column for like 7 turns. So that is why I have my powerful Psy units on my left column, so that when I do get locked, I can still do a lot of damage to the enemies. Because I actually did this team, except I had the weaker characters, Golden Pound and Mancherry, on the left-hand side, and I actually died because I didn't have enough damage output. But overall, this team worked super great. As I said, Mancherry isn't really required, and you can also replace your Strongwood Shanks you see on this team here with the regular rare recruit Shanks, and then a friend Strongwood Shanks will work just as fine. Moving on round number 2, we have the Duck Squadron member Karoo. Now, obviously, a really good team for this would be a double Mihawk team, because you can just go ahead, use both of their specials, and knock down pretty much half of HP of all of the enemies you can see on screen. The 2 Dex Lizard characters at the back have really low HP, and the Karoo character has about a little bit over 1 million. So, overall, you really shouldn't be having too many issues with this stage. I'm just using a Shanks team, not a Shanks, an Ace team, because Ace is just so powerful. You can see his special just knocks out the Dex Lizards and does a fair chunk of damage to Karoo, and we just have so much damage output with this team. So I'll see you guys at round number 3. Now we move on to round number 3, which is the Boxer Daily Fight Back Luffy and Usopp. Now, with this specific stage, this is definitely not the team that you want to use, but this team actually did end up beating it in the end of the day. It does have Legend Marker, and it is a Strongwood Ace team, but honestly, I screwed up massively because I used a lot of my specials on turn 1 to try and kill off the Usopp, which I didn't actually realize that Usopp actually comes back because of Luffy. Luffy, if he is on the stage by himself, he will keep calling back that Usopp character. So you definitely have to try and target down the Luffy character first, and then after he is dead, you can go ahead and take down the Usopp. Now, Luffy, you do have to keep in mind, does have the 3-turn resilience buff, so for the first 3 turns, he actually cannot be killed unless if you obviously, you know, damage him with a damaging special at 1 HP. Other than that, he will not die in the first 3 turns. So With this team, all I'm doing is just chipping away at his damage until I get him at a reasonable level, and then I kill off both Usopp and Luffy pretty much in a single turn. So with this team, really is not the way to go. If I could recommend any team to you guys, it would definitely be like a double NL team. That would work really, really well. A double NL would be perfect. If you have Marco, 6-star Marco, and NL would work, or just a double Marco in general should work quite well. The only thing you really have to keep in mind is the 3-turn resilience buff the first 3 turns. But if you guys have like Strong One Usopp or Golden Pound, that would work really, really well because you can delay these characters. So bringing, you know, just any really powerful delayer would help a lot in clearing stage number 3. Moving on to round number 4, it is against Diable Jambe Sanji. Now, this guy here is reasonably simple with this specific team I'm using here. It uses a Mihawk Doflamingo team with the Coffin Boat ship. So, as you can see, I've got a ton of HP. And the whole thing with this team is you want to go ahead and use your double Mihawk special as soon as they're ready to be activated. And being under 50% HP, you just want to try and chip away at his HP. When he's just about to fall below 20% HP, that's when you want to go ahead and use the combination of Law and Apu to give you a full board of Dex Orbs. You got Double Finger for the boost of Dex characters, and you have Doflamingo for the Orb boost as well. So all these characters are pretty essential for this team. Other characters that would kind of work is you can replace your Apu with Strong World Zoro or Dream Chaser Zoro, because he's very, very good. He is a slasher, he is Dex, and his special is so insane it gives you guaranteed 3 Dex Orbs for your crew if he is in the middle row. So he's very, very good if you don't have Apu. So he will actually add a ton of damage to your team. But yeah, definitely have to have Double Finger and Doflamingo for that really nice orb boost. And yeah, like, it's actually a pretty simple stage, honestly. So on that, guys, I will see you guys at stage number 5 against Ben Beckman. And now we reach the final fight against Ben Beckman. But before that, on stage number 4, we have to fight again against Diable Jambe Sanji. So he is really, really annoying. Once again, he will go ahead and set back our Dex character special turns, which is fine, honestly, because we don't need to activate any of our specials on this room, except for one of the Strongwood Aces specials once he gets just above 20% HP, because you don't want to get him under 20% HP and get him to attack, otherwise you're going to be taking a ton of damage, so you definitely do not want that to happen. So with this specific team, what I really want to do is to try and get some really good orbs when he's above 20% HP. Then I want to lock those orbs with one of my Aces specials, and then with that being said, you know, after you use the special of Ace, it'll knock down a lot of his HP, and you'll be able to knock out Sanji in that one turn there. So you're just going to make sure that you're getting really good orbs before he's under 20% HP, and then you'll be set for the Sanji stage. Then when you go on to Ben Beckman is actually super annoying, because he has a preemptive attack that will knock down your HP by 70%, so only 30% of your current HP will be remaining, and then after that he will go ahead and lock your captain's orb with a block orb for 5 turns. And with one of your characters having a locked orb, you can't actually use your Strongwood Ace special to lock your orbs, because one of your orbs is already locked. It doesn't actually lock the other character's orb. So that is actually really annoying for a Strongwood Ace team, but it doesn't actually matter too much. As long as you have some decent orbs on your characters locked on the Sanji stage, you'll keep those orbs locked for the following stage against Ben Beckman. Also, one thing to note about Ben Beckman is that after every turn that he attacks, or even if he doesn't attack, even if he's delayed, after every turn, he will lock one of your bottom 4 units, and then eventually your captain will be locked as well once your bottom 4 units are locked. So after every turn, he's going to lock one of your characters, and eventually your whole team will be locked. And he does each lock for 10 turns. So even if with max sockets, you're not really going to be breaking out of your chains anytime soon. So you definitely have to take him out within the first maybe 1 or 2 turns. Otherwise, it's going to be super difficult from there on out to try and take out Ben Beckman. But with this specific team here, I go ahead and use all of my specials in this first turn here. I don't end up killing him in that first turn, but I have, you know, so much damage output that the following turn after I will be able to kill him, because it does get him under 20% HP. And that is that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. video. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.